How much money should I invest? When I am starting up in the stock markets or in the world of investing, a question always creeps up in the mind that what should be the amount of money that I can start with? Should I start with 1000 rupees or 10,000 rupees or 1 lakh rupees? So in this video we'll talk about what should be the amount of money that you should be saving and the amount of money that you should start investing upon with, so that you start with a very disciplined manner without any excuse. In the famous book Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki, the author, said that if you want to be wealthy and financially secure, then working hard and saving money will not get you anywhere. What? Are you serious? We have been always taught to save money from our childhood by our parents, by our teachers, and the society just keep on screaming,
Save money, save money.
it will not get you anywhere because just saving money and doing nothing is just like losing in the longer term. So now let us come to the answers of the question, how much to save and how much to invest. For getting the answer, we'll take a help of a rule which is called as 50-30-20 rule. This is a budgeting rule which has been made by a famous bankruptcy lawyer called as Elizabeth Warren, and she also tells about the rule in one of her books. The rule says that the first 50% you should be allocating that towards your need side. Needs are basically the groceries, car insurance, health insurance, all the utility bills you pay around like electricity bill, your cable bill, etc. etc. Needs are basically the things that you cannot differ for. Also, this will include your credit card payments and your EMI installments if any, because you cannot defer them. If you defer your debt repayments, this will definitely affect on your credit score, and as a result it will affect your future credit worthiness. So don't try doing that. Once you fulfill your need category and restrict all those expenditure towards 50% of your post-tax income. Please listen, I'm talking here about the post-tax income because this will be now after taxation what you are actually receiving in your hand. So once you are done with the first 50%, the next 30% it's towards the wants. Wants basically includes all those things around that we deeply desire for, like that cheeseburger pizza. I know it's too much now. The new handbag that you want to buy right now, or the trip to Bali, or a trip to Dubai, or this might be a new fantasy of some new sports car around. Also, this will include your famous, your favorite, your most addicted Netflix, Amazon, Disney Hotstar. So all these OTT subscriptions also falls into the wants category. Anything that you can avoid for or that's optional for you goes into the wants category. Like for example, instead of going out to some restaurant, you can cook up the food at home, or going out to this gym and paying up a fees for 1 year, 2 year, and people usually don't actually go it. They go for just 5 days, 10 days, and maximum forget about the gym. You can start the workout at your home. Now I know what you might be thinking. You might be thinking, no, Netflix is a part of my life. Amazon is a part of my life. I cannot live with it. Oh, you're telling me not to go outside? How is that even possible? I will go every week, 3 times in a week. No, I'm not telling you to cut down the expenditures on all of them completely, because these are wants. We all have some desire to complete those wants. What I'm trying to tell you is you need to restrict and control your desires up to 30% of your income. Yeah. And if you do that, you will be well off. So there are some hacks that I can share with you guys so that you can remove some of those expenditure. Like, instead of taking subscriptions of Netflix, Amazon, and all these OTT services around by yourself, you can simply take in a group manner, like for a group of friends, group of brothers, group of sisters, so that you can save some money onto it. And the most important, you need to avoid impulsive buying. What's impulsive buying? When you see something and you are like, just throw up all the money and get that stuff right now. You need to avoid impulsive buying because it takes the maximum. These are all little extras that you're paying not on one thing, but on many things. If you'll make a list of it and just cumulate it, you'll find that no, in cumulative it is much more. But when you're actually making that expenditure, it sounds to you few bucks only per item. So save these extra bucks here and try to contain this expenditure within 30% of your income. Now after all those, the remaining 20% you should allocate that towards the saving part. Actually, this should be the first 20% of the money that you are receiving. This 20% you should be saving upon and investing in fixed deposits, recurring deposits, stock markets, mutual funds, and all the financial instruments around. And it's not that if you are able to save more than 20% that you should spend it on the wants category. If you are able to save it more, it's good. But at least you need to save 20% of your monthly income. Now let's talk in figures. If you are earning 1 lakh rupees, then 50% is allocated towards the need, that is 50,000, 30,000 towards the want and 20,000 towards the saving. And if you are earning 20,000 rupees per month after taxation, then 10,000 should go towards the needs. The balance 6,000 should go towards your want and the 4,000 should go towards your saving. Now the question that remains to be unanswered is that from that saving of 6,000 or from that saving of 20,000, how much money you should invest in different categories of instruments around. Like for example, how much you should invest in stocks, mutual funds, or how much you should invest in fixed income instruments like fixed deposits, debt mutual funds, etc. etc. Now for making that allocation simple, robust, without any confusion, there is another rule which helps you in dividing up the entire savings into different pots on the basis of your age and risk. The rule is called 100 minus age rule. Now what's that? The rule says that if you are at an age of 30 years, for example, then 100 minus 30, which is equals to 70. So now you should invest this 70% towards the high risk category, which is into either direct equity or into equity mutual funds. And the balance 30% you should be allocating that towards fixed interest bearing instruments that simply has fixed interest upon and are comparatively less risky. This can also include your dates mutual fund, fixed deposits, recurring deposits. So one part goes to the risky part and one part goes to the less risky part based on your age. If you are of 45 years of age, then 100 minus 45 equals to 55. That 55% should go towards equity, either directly or through equity mutual funds, and the remaining 45% should be toward the fixed bearing instruments. Now what's the logic behind this rule? Why do you need to do 100 minus age? Because these rules take your age as a risk factor. If your age is less, then it simply means that you have a lot of time until your retirement, and that simply means you can take up more risk in your early age, and that's why a significant chunk of your money goes towards the equity part at a young age. However, if you are already at an age of 50, you just got 10-12 years more to retirement, at least that's the retirement age in India, and which makes the overall risk bearing capacity and the ability comparatively less, and as a result the allocation increases more towards the date as and when your age is progressing up, which is very logical also. However, this 100 minus age rule is not flawless. It has certain flaws. Flaws like each of the person around has its own financial situation that derives his risk-taking abilities and risk-taking capacities. For example, if a person is of an age of 55 years but he has a lot of financial assets already present around that can take care of his retirement. So at that point, he would be having more risk capacity and his allocation towards equity should actually increase. However, if you have no clue on how to allocate up towards stocks and towards the interest-bearing instruments, then this rule is very useful, insightful, and very simple to implement also. So now, for example, your monthly post-tax income is 50,000 rupees and you are currently at an age of 30 years. So first you need to save upon 20% of 50,000, which is 10,000 rupees, and out of that 10,000 rupees you need to invest 100 minus 30, which is equivalent to 70% towards the equity and the equity mutual fund side, so which is equivalent to around 7,000 rupees. So from 50,000 you need to first save 10,000, and from that 10,000 you need to invest 7,000 into direct equity or direct equity mutual funds, and the balance 3,000 towards fixed interest bearing instruments. So that two rules take care of the amount of money that you actually need to save and invest. It doesn't depend whether your monthly income is 10,000 or 50,000 or 50 lakh, the rule remains same. So stop looking out that should I invest 1,000 and 10,000 because that's an abrupt amount that you decided without any logics around. See how simple finance is. However, we just want to make it more complicated. So if you like the simplicity, press the subscribe button and hit the bell icon now so that you don't miss another video. Thank you for watching. CA Devang Maheshwari.